Welcome to the SEC on ESPN, and welcome to where else but Gregory Gymnasium. They were lined up for hours in the Austin heat waiting to get inside, and they are packed here for this Lone Star showdown between Houston and the 6th-ranked Longhorns. Great to have you with us with Missy Whittemore. I am Eric Freed, and it is a thrill ride in non-conference play in college volleyball. Once again, that was the case this past week, and Texas was in the middle of it, dropping from #1 in the country down to #6.
It was a rough week for the ranked, as 12 of our top 25 suffered defeats. We are seeing that with so much parity across the country, even the best of the best might need a few matches under their belt to figure out how the pieces of the puzzle really fit together.
But that's why we love it. That's what makes non-conference play so exciting. Pitt #1 in the country for the first time in program history. So a change in the rankings, and there's a change at the center position for this match for Texas tonight, but it's someone we are very familiar with.
Well, it was a bit of a surprise in the offseason when Texas went into the transfer portal and picked up a new setter. Avery Carlson from Baylor, the former Big 12 Freshman of the Year, had started every match for the Longhorns so far this season, but tonight Coach Elliott gives the keys of the offense back to Ella Swindle, who just a season ago became only the 3rd freshman ever to lead her team to a national championship.
She'll lead them against a Houston team that's 3-1 on the season, went to the NCAA tournament last year in their first season in the Big 12. This is a team in a little bit of transition, a veteran group the last couple of years, but between freshmen and transfers, there's a different look for the Cougars.
It's a team who has really anchored their success in the play of their 6 rotation outsides. They lost a couple good ones a season ago, but you're going to see Lily Barron, a freshman at the left pin, and she looks to be a huge part of the future of this program. She is coming off of a 15-kill performance. They're going to need a whole lot more of that tonight.
And you can see Lily paid the price in that win against Northwestern State with a little bit of a shiner. Still smiling, ready to go. And the crowd into it as always here at Gregory Gym. It was tense here for the last match for Texas. They had a match point against Miami at 24-23 in the 3rd, but Miami, very good team, now ranked 20th in the country, had the reverse sweep, silenced this crowd here at Gregory, which is hard to do, so they're back into it here on a Wednesday night, as are we. Game 2 of our Wednesday night doubleheader, Georgia Tech and another impressive win at home, taking down Florida. Now it's Houston set to take on Texas. And the veteran, the grad student from the Woodlands, Texas, Annie Cook, the setter in this 6-2 attack for Houston. Their best server will head to the line to get this match started.
8 Texans on the roster for Houston, 8 Texans on the roster for Texas.
We are off in Austin. Swindle with the first set. And the first point for Texas.
Goes to Aiden Ames right down the middle. There you see her 5 in white, a freshman playing middle this year, as Texas had to replace both of their middles from a season ago.
Ames hitting 293. Averaging a kill a set. Chance here for Swindle. She'll go to who else but Madison Skinner, coming off a very tough night against Miami. Had 20 kills, that's a great number, but 14 errors, 58 total swings in that match.
Hit only 103 from the left pin. That's a bit of a low number. Obviously changes with different setters that she's working with this year, and we'll see if she can bring that number up.
Free ball here for Texas. Swindle spreading the wealth, and Reagan Rutherford off the tip of the hands, and it's 3 quick points. So Swindle sharing the wealth here with her attack in this first set.
Definitely. You pointed it out, Eric. We've already seen a kill from the middle, the left side, and the right side. That is a good sign for Texas early.
Good serve by Ames. Set back for Barron. Another chance for Swindle. Where should we go? This time, again, it's Rutherford. And Texas is in sync here in this first set.
And you see the celebration there from the players. That was a really nice look from Reagan Rutherford as she loaded inside out, and the blockers lose her a bit. She doesn't back out of the court and come from out wide, but she loads from inside, and as a left-handed player, that's very unique.
Ames with the service error, so that stops the run for Texas out of the blocks at 4-0. Emma Halter will come on now in the libero spot as Ames will check out, and there is the freshman, Lily Barron, Lewis Center, Ohio. 6th rotation for this Houston team. They go to Singletary. That's 4 different attackers scoring so far for Texas.
And right now the passing for Texas is spot on. That was Jenna Winnis, who passes more balls than any other Longhorn, and she puts it right on top of the setter. They've got lots of options here early.
Kaylee Akana will come on to serve. Cook to Grieve. The block there for Texas. There's Skinner. Swindle, now a back row attack. Front row, back row, middle, outside, right side. Swindle moving it around.
Really nice start for the Longhorns. When we thought we'd seen it all, 4 attackers with front row kills, throw a back row attack in as well.
6 points for Texas, 6 assists for Ella Swindle.
Earning their points. These aren't errors being given to them. Earning their points, that's a good thing.
Grieve will try again, and that one is in. Maddie Skinner looking over to Jared Elliott, and Jared Elliott looking towards his bench players saying, should we challenge this? And I don't think the challenge card is coming. Here's one of the very best players in the country, Kate Georgiadis, Big 12 Libero of the Year last year. Skinner with a big rip at the freshman Barron, who can't handle it, and Texas sides out.
The diversity of offense right now for Texas is what just jumps off the page. Seeing them spread the ball around, it's a good sign of what they're getting on first contact because of the options that they have.
Cook goes to the right side, and a kill for Avery Shemitis, junior from Sugar Land, Texas, who played at Pepperdine the last 2 seasons.
And after that swing, we'll see a double sub, as one of the fundamental differences between these 2 teams is that Houston will always have 3 attackers in the front row. When their setter comes to the front row, they sub her out, sub a new setter into the back row. That's the 6-2 system. For Texas, you'll see right now Ella Swindle, the setter, is in the front row in the 5-1, so only 2 attackers available right now.
Skinner keeps it in play. Akana, Wennis off the net. Chance here, back row attack, and the block. Block has not been there for Texas so far this season, but it was there for Singletary on that point.
And they don't lose anything with Ella Swindle. I mentioned that she's a setter who plays across the front row. They don't lose anything with her up there at 6'3".
Great start for Texas here at Gregory. Up by 5, timeout called by Houston.
College volleyball is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Welcome back to Austin. The story so far, it's Ella Swindle, who was not the primary setter for Texas this season. It was Avery Carlson, the Baylor transfer, but tonight, as Missy talked about, Jared Elliott told us before the match, going with Swindle here today, and that move has paid off so far as everyone's been involved. That's going to be a point for Texas off the violation. So I'm sitting next to a player who played the position at a pretty high level for Florida. What makes it different with Swindle on the court, and why has it looked so good for Texas so far?
Well, I think what Swindle has done well, and she's been the recipient of some really good first contact, so that's helped her, but she's certainly done a great job of establishing the middle of the court early. We saw kills from both middle blockers and a kill right down the middle of the court out of the back row. It seemed as though Texas had gotten a little left side heavy, and I think we're seeing that in the offensive numbers in terms of the efficiency at the left pin. And in order for that number to come back up, they've got to spread the ball around a little bit. So far, Ella Swindle has done a really nice job of that.
Skinner, a little off balance, took something off of the block, out of play, and Houston's got back-to-back points to cut into the deficit. Angie Grieve at the service line, the Miami transfer in her first year with the Cougars, 6th on Miami's all-time kills list, all ACC twice. So she comes in here with a very strong resume for this Houston program. Barron kept it up. Here's Grieve from the back. Swindle on the slide. Ames off the mark, and 3 straight points for Houston.
That's actually going to be called out of bounds. They're saying that attack hit the antenna. That when Ames hit the ball then hit the antenna. And the antenna is out of bounds, so that's a point to Houston.
3-0 run has them down by 3. Grieve continues to serve.
And now we're getting an out of alignment call against Texas. Once the ball is in play, you can go anywhere you want on the court, but prior to the ball being contacted, there are overlaps from side to side or front to back. Couple giveaways there by Texas, and all of a sudden points. It's much closer.
David Rare's timeout paying off because Houston has settled down. That's one thing Swindle did so well last year in her freshman year for Texas. She can hurt you in so many different ways, including finding points for herself.
Kayla Akana serves it up on a platter, and that's what you get in a 6'3" setter. Someone with the ability not just to dump it, but to get on top of it and get it to the floor in a hurry.
Oh, great job by Texas. Houston loves to push tempo, and it looked like they had things where they wanted, but Texas was there defensively with the block.
Credit Ames, because as you just mentioned, Houston is known for the speed of their offense, how quickly they get the ball to the left pin. We talked to Coach, and we can go into this more later, but they like to be sub-1, under 1 second between the ball leaving the setter's hands and the attack, and that time Texas did a great job of closing that block.
Longhorns keep it alive. And that hard work on defense turns into a point for the Longhorns. Swindle at 30 aces rather in 2023. None this year because she just hasn't been on the court. And an effective first serve for Swindle, and now Texas on their own run, a 4-0 run after that Houston run.
Well, the depth of the talent at Texas, it is going to be a competition on their own team throughout the entire season. And all you can hope for is that when your number is called, you're prepared. And right now, Swindle looking every bit prepared.
That's going to end up in about the 5th row. No catching that one. A point for Houston.
It's Katie Corelli swinging from the right side for Houston. She's a player who's actually 3rd on attempts for this team, but twice has led them in kills. So a lot of success for her from the right side.
Efficient too, 3 kills a set, 2nd on the team, hitting .345 early in the season. Attack from the right side for Texas. Wennis off hands, point Longhorns.
Kill for Winnis, but a really nice job again by Swindle of putting the ball in the window where Winnis had that opportunity to swing down the line, because she went down the line off the blocker's left hand.
733, not a misprint on the attack percentage so far for Texas. Halter tight at the nets, and a point for Houston.
Halter trying to hang one up there that Maddie Skinner could take a rip at, but just gets too tight to the net.
Rebecca Rockison was on to set, so she will rotate out, and Annie Cook comes back in as Houston, as they've done for the last couple of years, playing the 6-2 with the 2 setters. Swindle goes short. Good play by Cook to keep it alive. Rutherford. Beautiful shot by Reagan Rutherford for the point.
Ella Swindle here reversing the flow as she's pulled into left front. It's a longer set back to Reagan Rutherford, but that's where Rutherford can excel, on the long ball, reversing the flow of the game, opens things up there at the right pen.
Swindle with 10 assists in the first set. So far this season, in limited time, was averaging 2.5 assists a set. Skinner denied. Great job by Houston, and they're fired up, and rightly so. There defensively for the block. Barcat Ramon leading the charge for the Cougs.
And unfortunately, this will go down as an error for Maddie Skinner. It's also a stuff block for Houston. And I think it was advantage Houston there. That ball just set too tight to the net.
Shamitis there as well. That one ends up in the second deck.
Just moments ago, we saw Reagan Rutherford with a really sharp angle kill into Houston's right front. And now she's showing off her range as she turns that one down the line.
Ncaa back on to serve. Cook.
Ramon, her athleticism out of the middle is really her strong suit. You see how she just hangs in the air for that ball.
Georgiadis with the serve. Swindle. Singletary gets the point for Texas. Mariana Singletary played 23 total sets last year in the championship run for Texas. Of course, there was a lot of veteran play on that front line for Texas last year.
And Coach Elliott told us here early in their careers, both Ames and Singletary are probably more comfortable in front of the setter, but the good news is they both have kills behind already.
Kana's got it for Halter. Wenis. Grieve off hands and a point for Houston. Last time out, Houston swept Northwestern State. That was Saturday at the Flo Hyman Classic. They hit 313 in that match. This is also a very good serving team historically. David Rare now in the 6th season as Houston's head coach. Rebecca Rockison new to the program. She's got a good, strong serve. Battle at the net. It's down. It's a point for Texas.
First it's Swindle and then it's Singletary. A nice job defending their turf. Swindle wins a battle to extend the rally early with the ball that's passed too tight. And then look at Singletary stepping in, picking up the offense out of the back row. Nice heads-up play.
Overpass. The freshman, Aiden Ames, takes advantage. Timeout, Houston. Longhorns in control in set 1 in Austin. Saturday in SEC on ABC. Tripleheader. It starts with LSU in South Carolina at noon Eastern time. Then it's Texas A&M in Florida in the Swamp. That's a big one, Missy. I can tell right now you're nervous about that. Then at 7:30, number 1 Georgia faces Kentucky. Find live sports with Where to Watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports. Texas hitting 625, 609 updated in real time here in this first set, which is outstanding for a team that through the first 4 matches was hitting 233 on the season. Wenis. Grieve gets set, and that was tipped. Point, Houston.
Grieve, in addition to this Houston team, a transfer from Miami, a graduate student. We mentioned the fact that they lost a couple of very experienced left sides from a season ago, so she really helps them fill a much-needed hole.
13 kills, hit 310 in the sweep of Northwestern State last time out. Here's Halter with the set for Wenis. Wenis found the opening, got the point. That's her 5th kill.
And on what looked to be a fairly tight set, credit Jenna Wenis for great footwork. She speeds up her feet and gets to that set. It's her own work in transition that allowed her to swing down the line.
Swindle back to serve. Texas at 20 here in the first set. Grabs the tape. Barron rolls it over. Halter tried to save it, could not. Got tangled up with Swindle. Point for the Cougars.
Perfect placement on the off-speed there by Barron as she drops it right in the center of the 3 defenders and just creates some miscommunication there.
Barron with those 15 kills against Northwestern State. She had 20 kills in the first 3 matches, but then 15 in that 4th match. Just a quick chat with her head coach, David Rare. He told us this week, we knew she's going to be special, but right into the fast lane. 6th rotation already. And that's a whistle against Texas, so a violation on the Longhorns gives the point to Houston.
Well, Ella Swindle becomes an unintentional back row attacker in that situation because she's going up trying to save the overpass, and off of her contact, it travels over the net, which makes her an attacker.
Alana Torres Rivera comes on and gets the ace. Houston pushing back here in this first set, and Jared Elliott, sensing it, uses his first timeout here of the opening set.
Coach Rare had said to us that with Texas losing to an unranked Miami in their previous match.
Well, are you going to direct quote him? Go for it. Come on.
Yeah,
it's after 9 Eastern time.
He was a bit fearful of what could be ahead for them. He said, I have a feeling there will be some spirited practices this week in Austin. And Texas has come out firing on all cylinders. You've already mentioned their hitting efficiency being at .577 here in this first set. But there's Houston right there within 4. So it speaks to how well Houston's playing as well.
Just back to your point, he said he uttered an expletive when he saw that Miami beat Texas, because if you think back to when Texas lost before their Indiana match, Texas came out flying against Indiana. So
yes, they did.
David said, when we said, Texas loses at home, on one hand, it's good for your team to see it can happen, that Texas may have some vulnerabilities. The bad part about it is Texas is ticked, and he's like, yeah, they're ticked. We're ready for it. But this is a program that's been ready for anything the last few years. Rare now in the 6th season and no stranger to taking on this Texas team. They won a set here a couple of years ago. Last year, in their only season as Big 12 rivals, they met in Houston at the Fertitta Center. And they had over 7,000 at each match, which was a Houston women's sports attendance record, any sport, in that first match. But Texas won both matches as they were finding their footing in the middle of the season. And of course, we all know how it ended for Texas in Tampa in December.
Texas was such a great example of a team who grew over the course of last season. And for volleyball, it's really important to get these early out-of-conference wins to put yourself in the position to host in the postseason. But in reality, you have to play your best volleyball in December. While Texas wasn't hosting, they did play their best volleyball in December, and it paid off.
Well, another point for Houston, so it is now a 4-0 run for the Cougars. Texas was up by 7, remember. Now it's just a advantage of 3. Chance here for Houston to add to their run. Halter keeps it alive. Halter again. Wennis bumps it over. Halter's going to get there. You know she will. That's down. What a point. Great defense. The Longhorns led by their libero, Emma Halter.
Emma Halter, take a bow. That is her point 100%. Talk about effort. Never giving up. She was all over the floor. We're getting to see 2 of the best in the business tonight. For Florida, it's Emma Halter who lays out time and time again for the Longhorns. And for Houston, a pretty good libero on the floor as well in Georgiadis. So don't take this libero play for granted. This is top notch.
That's off hands, and unable to get it is Texas. So Houston gets the point back within 3, but it's late here in the first set. We played at 25.
You mentioned vulnerabilities of Texas after that loss to Miami, and Coach Rare said one of those is that if we can serve the heck out of the ball, we have an opportunity. And that was a great service run moments ago by Torres Rivera. Annie Cook back at the line now, also one of the great servers on this team. We'll see what she can do.
Texas got away with it on the overpass. Can Houston make them pay here, though? Another good hustle play. Texas laying out. Skinner got a lot on that one for her third kill.
That looks a whole lot like the Skinner who we saw at the championship just last season. When a ball is just scooped up completely out of system, look at the step and gather and just cranks it down the line.
Vintage Madison Skinner for Texas. Now 3 points away from taking set one. From the back row, that's off Swindle and out of play. So Houston gets the point. Now, can Houston go on a run here? They're within 3, but Texas 3 points away from taking the set.
We actually saw Houston take quite a few swings out of the back row in their pre-match practice. And that time, Grieve takes a little something off of it, but places it really well.
Skinner again. The connection rekindled with Ella Swindle.
And we've had a healthy dose of middle and right side early in this set, and now giving Maddie Skinner some good opportunities in system.
Ncaa at 23-19. That did not touch Texas, so it is set point for the Longhorns. Ncaa for the set. Skinner. Georgiadis had a great dig. Grieve. Swindle. Skinner. Swindle. Back row attack. Wenis. Texas takes set one. Longhorns never trailed in the opening set. Houston pushed back, but in the end, it's Texas that wins it by 6, heading to set 2 in Austin. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. Welcome back to Austin, Texas. Lone Star matchup between Houston out of the Big 12 and Texas out of the SEC. Here are some of the key numbers from the first set. I know your eyes are easily attracted to that bottom line. Texas hit 514, but don't look past that first line, with Texas getting 21 kills in that first set.
That is absolutely absurd. Their average on the season is 12.5 kills per set. They have 21 in the first set. And if you're Houston, you're saying, we just have to weather the storm. You're betting that they can't do it again.
What role does having Ella Swindle at the center position play in what Texas did in that first set?
Well, I think you have to give her a lot of credit. I thought she did such a nice job of establishing the middle early and then distributing the ball from pin to pin. That was not a left side heavy offense from Texas at all. They have talent all across the net. They have to be able to use it to be at their best. They cannot become left side dominant. And if you're Houston, the numbers are not bad. Only 3 errors in the first set. They did not error themselves out of that first set. Texas just went out and earned it. 21 kills. I mean, most teams in the country don't average 21 points per set, let alone 21 kills per set. That's just incredible.
Now, from the Houston point of view, Texas did end that first set on a 3-0 run. Houston went on a couple of mini runs in that first set. They pushed back, and as you mentioned, they were very error light in that first set.
Yeah, and I think their pushback actually started at the service line. When we saw them go for some runs of points, they were putting some really difficult serves in play that actually pulled Ella Swindle off the net. That's when she runs out of options and has to go to the left pin. The good news for Texas is it was late in the set. Those left sides were able to convert on those, but if you can keep her off the net consistently, Texas will become more left side heavy and easier to defend.
And we can talk about the kills and the attack percentage, but don't forget the fact that Texas did a really good job with their defense. Emma Halter flying around They had 22 digs in that first set.
I thought Kaylee Ncaa was very good as well in the backcourt.
Wennis with the first serve of the second set. Halter sets it for Rutherford. Off hands, point Texas to start set 2.
And Rutherford, as a left-handed player from the right side, gives you such a nice look in out-of-system balls. As a right-handed player, that high ball that has to cross your body, you're swinging into 2 big blockers can be really difficult. But for Reagan Rutherford, that's a very killable attack.
6 kills on 7 swings, no errors for Rutherford. That's a point for Houston.
Annie Cook out of the back row. And because Houston is a team who always runs their setter out of the back court, you can lose sight of that setter as a threat on second contact, and Annie Cook chooses her time just right.
Cook, number 4 on the all-time assist list in Houston history, picking up a point there for the Cougars in set 2. Swindle to the middle, and violation called on Houston, point Texas.
We had a really great conversation with Coach Rare this week, and I think coming off of the numbers from that first set, it proves to be very true. He said, is it a race to 15 or a battle? And he said, we've tried to run the race and we're not quite there. We feel like it has to be more of a battle for us. That's why they choose to run the 6-2, where they have more hitting opportunities. But he also said, we've got to push back defensively. We can't just race to 25. We have to try to push back defensively a little. And so we'll see if they can raise their defensive effort here in the second set.
Swindle, Singletary, the middle with the kill. That's her 3rd.
The middle connection seems to be a real positive for Swindle right now. And with her height at 6'3", connecting with those larger middle blockers may prove to be a benefit.
Ncaa back to serve for Texas. And that sails long. Service error, number 3 for the Longhorns. Remember, that service game was so important for Texas in Tampa in the national semifinal and the national championship. The wins, they had 23 total aces in Tampa in those 2 matches. Skinner resets, hangs in the air, floats it over, drops it in, point Texas.
On that second swing, when they were able to recycle the point after the pickup from Ncaa, Maddie Skinner knows she has 2 blockers waiting on her. Doesn't have to make something out of nothing. Just extend the rally at that point, put the ball in play, trust your defense, and she's able to get the kill.
Skinner back to serve. Miscommunication for Houston. Chance here for Texas. They go to Wennis, and Wennis will drop it in for another Texas point.
Good job by Singletary there, looking to take a hard approach to the right pin. She holds that Houston middle blocker just long enough to create a hole out there for Wennis.
Remember, against Miami on Saturday, Texas got off to a great start. And then they got reverse swept by the Hurricanes. I'm sure that's part of the messaging for Texas here tonight. Ncaa goes to Wennis. And there is Houston with the block. I mean, Miami's really good. They went from not being ranked to 20th in this week's AVCA poll. Grace Lopez had 20 kills, hit nearly 400. You come in here to Gregory Gym, you fight off a match point, you get a reverse sweep, tip your hat.
A lot of international players on that team, and often those players have a lot of international experience that they bring with them, having already played in big international matches, and it pays off. How about Wennis looking like she's ready to play in some international matches with that big rip? This is a bit of a blocking mistake, though, because this ball is pretty tight to the net. We've got a lot of young middle blockers on the floor tonight. And so defense is going to have to catch up with offense here, but on a ball that tight, you got to drop the left hand there.
Skinner can't keep that one up. Point for Houston. Katie Corelli with 4 kills, no errors on 9 swings. Corelli, senior from Kaysville, Utah, second year with the Cougars after transferring over from Ole Miss. Halter to Wennis. Wennis having a good match. 9 kills to pace Texas.
Ncaa and Halter have both been very aggressive with their hands on second contact, and that's in large part due to the new rule that there will not be a double called on second contact as long as your own team takes it over on third contact, and it opens things up for players like Emma Halter and Kayla Ncaa to use their hands above their head and put up some nice sets.
Houston works the middle with Ramon.
Ramon has a big upside offensively. She's just such a springy athlete, such a quick arm. She was a bright spot in their loss to Louisiana. She had 10 kills out of the middle.
Getting a chance. Houston had some big losses. Rachel Tullis, who was a 5-year fixture in the lineup, #1 on the all-time blocks list, #1 all-time in sets played for Houston. That one's blocked out of play by Houston, so a point for Texas.
And Texas diversity right now continues to impress me because that's Rutherford at the left pin, and oftentimes you won't use your left-handed player in serve receive from the left pin. It might not be a comfortable look for them, but Rutherford swings right off the block there.
Halter turns into a point. Halter put a beautiful ball for Skinner, and she, of course, knows what to do with it.
Are you kidding me? Emma Halter not only tracks this down, but the wherewithal to make such a quality contact that she is able to put this up in the net in a place where Maddie Skinner can take a winning swing.
There's the block for Texas.
And you see the difference in the blocking side of the game on the more experienced players on the floor versus some of the less experienced players. That was Maddie Skinner with a very strong left hand to protect the net there.
Wennis to serve for the Longhorns, who won set 1. Up by 4 here in set 2. Make it 5. Texas. 4-0 run for Houston, and a timeout now being called by David Rare as the Longhorns have stretched it out to a 5-point advantage here in set 2 at Gregory. Monday Night Baseball, the NL West leading Dodgers and the Braves fighting for an NL wildcard spot, 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern with Baseball Tonight's Sunday Night Countdown. So Texas on a 4-0 run here after winning set 1. They hit .514 in winning set 1. They're hitting .727 here in set 2. That's good.
Yes,
Houston gets a point out of the timeout, much needed point. Lily Barron. Some new faces on this Houston team. Last year they had a rank of 13th was their high point. That's going to go long, back-to-back points for Houston. Highest ranking in program history, by the way. Remember, a couple of years ago, this Houston team, it's probably part of the reason why Lily Barron was attracted to this program, because they were exciting, entertaining. 30 wins, 4 losses. They went 19-1 in the American, their final season in the American. They won twice, 2 5-setters in the NCAA tournaments.
Yeah.
It was an exciting run for Houston a couple years ago.
Last 2 seasons, they've run into Stanford in the postseason. 2 years ago, dropped it in 3 sets. Last year, a very exciting 5-setter.
Swindle with the dig, but Skinner runs out of room, and Houston's got a point to make it 12-9.
Shemidas from the right side, and this is what you'll see from Houston. 3 attackers always available across the net. They said in this system, it gives them an opportunity to throw 6 darts and see which stick. He said, we need 2 solid ones and then a 3rd one to step up each night. But the interesting thing about this young Houston team is they're still figuring out who those 3 are going to be. They've had different kill leaders in several different matches.
Ooh. I think we got an answer right there. Avery Shemitis with the big rip. And Houston on a run. (12-10). Houston serves. Swindle to Rutherford. We've seen some hard rips by some of these Texas players. We've seen some of the softer shots be effective as well.
Rutherford just taking really smart shots. She's hitting 350 on the season. That's a huge number. She only hit 217 against Miami. And of course, we know that did not end well for the Longhorns. But when Reagan Rutherford gets going, she has the ability to really be a huge piece of this Longhorn offense.
Rutherford had 8 total kills in that Miami match. Ncaa keeps it in play. In that 5-setter, she already has 9 kills here as we play in the second set today. That's an indication, too. You talked about it before. It seemed that Texas was really favoring that left side in that Miami match. And right from the start here today, you're seeing the attack from different areas of the court for the Longhorns.
Yeah, you know, Maddie Skinner took 58 swings in that match against Miami. I actually looked back to see last year in the last 5-setters she played against Tennessee, she also took 58 swings. So it's not necessarily too many swings, but it's are they at the right times? And early in this match, we've seen the offense moved around quite well by the Longhorns, certain people taking swings at the right times. Now, all of a sudden, we see a little pushback here from Houston, and it has to do with their defense at the net. Coach said, you talked a lot about scoring offensively, but can we score some points defensively?
6-2 run. Skinner. There's Georgiadis. You mentioned this libero matchup. Outstanding here today. That's blocked back, and a point for Texas.
Maddie Skinner with another big block there in left front.
See Texas with the edge in the block category, team blocks. Cavelli from the right side, the set by Rockison.
It was Shemitis moments ago who's on the court with Cook, but now, as you mentioned, Corelli from the right side, and we get the same result. Both having a lot of success there, swinging down the line, cross court, good movement of the ball.
Float serve, Texas got it. Now a chance here for Houston to tie it at 14. But the block is there, set back by Texas, and the Longhorns up by 2.
And I think the most solid blocking we've seen over the course of the match has been from the Texas left front, whether it be Winnis or Skinner in left front. And no surprise that those are probably 2 of the most experienced players on the floor, as that is a huge adjustment to the college game with these young middle blockers trying to catch up to the speed and power at the net.
Halter with the serve, Halter with the dig, back row attack. Maddie Skinner.
So often the out-of-system balls for Texas are going to go to Skinner. It puts her in really difficult situations, but I like this out-of-system ball, using the back row instead of again going to the left pin. And the block there is just trying to adjust at the last second.
That's up in the crowd, and Texas has another point. How many times did we see that kind of attack from Madison Skinner last year, especially down the stretch as a timeout is called by Houston? Texas up by 4 as Houston got it to within 1. But Skinner heating up. She's got 7 kills on 15 swings. Rutherford and Winnis leading the way with 9 kills each. And that really gives you an idea of what's happened so far for Texas. Rutherford 9 kills. Winnis 9 kills. Skinner 7 kills. Ames, the freshman middle, with 4 kills. Singletary with 3 in the middle. I think that all comes back to the play from the setter tonight, and that's Ellis Swindle with 26 assists. She had 17 in that first set.
Starting her first match of 2024, by the way, if you're joining us late. She, a year ago, was a freshman, only the 3rd freshman ever to lead her team to a national championship at the setter position. But after some movement in the transfer portal, has not started for the Longhorns until tonight. And so far, so good for Ellis Swindle.
So what, in your opinion, has been so good for her and how she's worked here tonight with her Texas teammates?
Well, I think what's so good is that match hitting efficiency of .456. 33 kills for the Longhorns, and we're only halfway through set 2. That means you're putting some really unkillable balls up at the net. And then I think the best part of it is that they're not all coming from one player and they're not all coming from one position. They're coming from the middle, the right side, and the left side.
Swindle in the NCAA tournament averaged almost 10 assists per set. She had 46 against Wisconsin in the national semifinal. Last time out against Miami, she was on the court in parts of 4 sets, but had 4 total assists. And you can see, setting up for kills, 12 in this set after 21 in set 1. Halter to serve, Texas on a 3-0 run. Float serve, ace, Emma Halter.
Nails it out of the timeout.
How about back-to-back?
Drops one in front of the passer and then goes right back and pushes it deep down the line. Of course, going after the freshman, playing in 6 rotations, Barron, who's passed more balls this year than any other Cougar. Teams are gonna let her have it.
Well, Halter can't get the hat trick, so it's back-to-back aces for Emma Halter, who has been outstanding at that libero spot, the junior from Indianapolis. Wenis off the tape. Barron drops it in, and that's flipped out of play, so a point for the Cougars.
Wenis with the speed to get there, but just doesn't control that first contact. Texas asking their off blocker from across the court to come pick up that off speed.
Swindle looks for Skinner from the back row. Connection wasn't quite there. Was that touched? Yes, it was. Point for Houston. Texas saying, we didn't touch it, but I think Jared Elliott took a step to get the challenge card, and I think someone on the court, it may have been Swindle, saying, I got it.
Became really honest all of a sudden.
You want honesty if you're going to use a challenge. That is Lily Barron, the freshman, showing no nerves and no fear, playing here at the home of the 2-time defending national champions. She has 6 kills to lead Houston, and a timeout is called by Texas as Houston has come within 2.
And as you mentioned earlier, this is a Texas team who not long ago was up 2-0 on Miami and let that slip away in a reverse sweep by the Hurricanes. So Texas knows what it is to be up early and not stay focused. They're hoping to flip the script tonight.
So Texas talks it over amongst the players for the moment. Gives me a chance to tell you that soccer on the SEC Network next Thursday. It's the first night of conference play. Texas A&M taking on Mizzou at 7 Eastern on the SEC Network and also on the ESPN app. Houston 3-1 on the season. Texas 2-2, 1-1 here in this building. Their wins over Wisconsin and Indiana. Their losses to 18th ranked Minnesota. And as Missy just mentioned, to Miami, both in 5 sets. And there's always that little feeling, 2-2. Is there something wrong with Texas? Is there remember, they were 2-2 after 4 games last year. They were figuring out how to get some personnel up to speed, replacing some key players. A year ago, it was replacing a libero and a setter. This year, a player by the name of Asia O'Neal no longer playing for the Texas Longhorns, to name one. Molly Phillips, Bella Bergmark, a couple middle blockers. So this is nothing new for Jared Elliott, and I think he was trying just to point that out to us and to everybody else. Volleyball is so long. We are still 3 months away from the end of the season, a little more than 3 months away.
Yeah, 2-2 worked out quite well for him last year.
I think it was a good formula,
and I have to say, I really credit this staff because it is tempting early in the season, you feel this pressure to win in order to host in the postseason. However, I think that you're the best team in December if you play through some wrinkles. If you have as much talent as Texas has on their bench, there's going to be some growing pains as you figure out how to piece that together. And Texas is a better team in December because of these losses early in the season. I think there's no doubt about that.
Here's Swindle. Service error. And they have depth. And Elliott has been very consistent with saying, this is the deepest team we have. We have so much talent. We have to find a way to get everybody some time. We saw that with the center position. Avery Carlson starting the first 4 matches of the season. Now Swindle. So it is a long season. You have to play a lot of players. And if you've got the quality that Texas had, there's no drop-off.
Yeah.
Swindle back for Rutherford. That's number 10 for Reagan.
Reagan Rutherford, the first to double digits on either side of the net. And not only is she at double digits, but hitting over 900. Houston has not had an answer for the left arm of Reagan Rutherford. 10 kills on 11 attempts without an error yet.
As he pointed out before, it's worth mentioning again, just 8 kills, hit .217 against Miami, and now an ace for Texas, and they're pulling away here in this second set, up by 4. Houston has used their 2 timeouts. Another short serve and another ace for Wenis. That's 5 aces for the Longhorns.
And these Texas servers are doing such a nice job of varying their serve. It becomes easier to pass when servers go back and serve the same ball over and over and over. You can find a rhythm, but I really like the fact that Texas is varying the speeds and the distances of their serve.
All 5 of their aces coming here in this second set. And now the defense at the net, the point for the Longhorns, and it's set point for Texas. Wenis. Halter's got it. Skinner puts away set 2 with her 9th kill of the match. Texas ends the set on a 6-1 run to win it 25-18.
We thought serving could be a difference maker for Houston after the run they made at the end of the first set, but it was the Longhorns who won the battle from the service line in set 2, and it's Maddie Skinner who wins the set with that wicked right arm.
Houston went on a 6-2 run to pull within 1, but then Texas, with that run at the end of the set, wins it by 7. And the Texas head coach, Jared Elliott, kind enough to spend a moment with us here. Jared, what have you liked about Ella Swindle and how she's, right from the start, shared the wealth for your team offensively?
Yeah, we've got some great balance with her right now. You know, she's feeding Reagan, and Reagan's playing a great match tonight, so it's giving us some real good balance, and all players are getting some good distribution there.
In set 1 alone, 21 kills, Coach. Can you remember the last time that you had 21 kills in a set?
Probably sometime in the Final Four, the Elite 8 match, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, our offense is flowing pretty well right now, and it's good, and I like our energy, and we made some great defensive plays in Game 1 to kind of give us some momentum there.
I'm sure there was something in the Final Four. You guys were clicking during that time.
pretty
We'll go
good.
back and look it up, Jared. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Jared Elliott, the head coach in his 24th season, 591 wins here in Austin, and his team playing well through the first 2 sets. Can they keep it going in set 3? Back to the Greg in a moment. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN, home of the newest member of the SEC, along with Oklahoma, Texas. They will begin SEC play September 27th at Texas A&M. Always good to start one against a longtime rival. And you cannot ask for much more for Texas in this Lone Star matchup against Houston. They go on a 5-0 run to end the second set. They won it 25-18 for the match, hitting .460. Cooled off in that second set at .407.
Yeah, and Reagan Rutherford, who we mentioned just over 200 in that loss to Miami, has come to life. What an excellent performance from her with 10 kills on those 11 swings, batting nearly 1,000. And again, a new setter in the lineup, a familiar face in Ella Swindle. It's crazy to call her new as she set this team to a national championship a season ago. But if you weren't with us at the top of the hour, it is Ella Swindle who is the starting setter for the Longhorns once again tonight.
After starting last year, Big 12 all-rookie team, leading them to a national championship, leading them to an impressive first 2 sets here against Houston as we begin set 3 in the best of 5. Barron setting the pace for Houston with 6 kills, Grieve with 5. And on the touch, it's a point for Texas.
Nice high swing for Maddie Skinner. And realize if you look at her efficiency this season and you feel like it's a little bit down, just know she is the recipient of typical out-of-system sets. Even again, that's a platform set. Oftentimes it's not a set above the head. She gets a lot of out-of-system looks. She manages them quite well.
That's Barkat Ramon at the net to give Houston their first point of set 3. The quick intermission, we did some quick research because Jared Elliott, you asked, when was the last time he had 21 kills in a set? I felt like jumping in to defend Jared, saying you didn't know there'd be a quiz here, Jared, but Missy can be a tough teacher. But we did a quick scan because you and I were there courtside in Stanford where they fought off a match point against Tennessee. That is something you always should remember for that Texas championship run a year ago, that they were a whisker away from having their season end. Tennessee had a match point, but Texas battled back, and then they only dropped 2 sets after fighting off that match point. 1 to Stanford, 1 to Wisconsin, then swept Nebraska. But their high water mark for kills in a set during that run was 18. So they didn't get to 21.
21's impressive, I'm telling you. Don't you feel that way when you watch March Madness, that the team that goes on to win it all, if you look back over the course of the tournament, there is always that one game, the turning point, where they go into overtime against, one of the obscure teams in the tournament to keep their run alive and to end up winning it all. Well, Tennessee wasn't necessarily an obscure team, but Texas certainly went into overtime to stay alive.
That one is long. Texas gets the point. They're on top 3-1. Well, that's Stanford Regional last year. If you think about it, that Tennessee match, Texas survived match point in set 4. Then they won set 5, 16-14.
Yes.
3 hours and 11 minutes, we remember.
Yes, we do.
Well, late night in Palo Alto.
We appreciate those of you who stayed up with us.
Yes. Our loved ones did not on the East Coast, no, for the record. For those of you who did, thank you.
Texas now has 38 kills to this point in the match, and Houston only 3 blocks. Some of that has to do with Texas's offense, and some of it has to do with the fact that we have some inexperienced middle blockers. We have some learning on the fly here defensively.
Barron gets the point. It appears Lily Barron is a very quick learner when it comes to adjusting to Division I volleyball.
She is going to learn so much over the course of this season because coach has thrown her right into a 6 rotation role. He said he feels like she's the future of their program, and yeah, could there be a learning curve? Absolutely, but the experience she gains this year is going to pay off down the road.
On the swing, touched by Texas, the point to Corelli and Houston is on top 4-3. It is their first lead of the match.
And Houston has the natural advantage of running the ball from antenna to antenna, spreading their offense because there are always 3 attackers in the front row, and Cook is doing a nice job of using them all. They don't get much offense out of their middle. Right now, Pohl in the middle is a young player for them. They're going to limit her offensive looks, but boy, can they go from pin to pin and even a back row attack.
Skinner, you need a point. Where do you go? Madison Skinner.
Skinner with authority. And do you think there has been some discussion prior to set 3 about what happened here not long ago when they were up 2-0 against Miami?
Do you need to bring that up? Do you want to hear that if you're a player? I mean, no, I'm asking you. Like,
I don't think you specifically bring up Miami, but I definitely think you're looking at each other and you're saying, let's finish right here this set.
Bodies flying all over the court. And in the end, it's a point for Houston.
Nowhere to go for Jenna Winnes. That ball tight to the net. She tries to blast one high off the block.
So Houston will make their change at setter as Cook comes out and Rockison comes on, and she'll head back to serve. Jacksonville transfer, played there the last 4 seasons, had 1,000 assists or more in the last 2 seasons. And 52 aces last year with Jacksonville. You get a look at that serve, how much it drops and how good that serve can be. Pancake, that's up. No, it's not. It was down. Point Texas.
And Winnes surprisingly effective with a 2-hand tip. You just wouldn't think that she's able to get that one to the floor. I think we're actually going to get a challenge here.
This is our first challenge of the match as David Rare checked with his players and said, should I? Why not? Let's give it a look.
Houston with a lead. We're already into the 3rd set. He has challenges to burn. I think this is a great time to use one, whether he's successful or not.
Call is confirmed. Ball is down. Houston loses their challenge.
So that is a very quick review. We've had conversations with both coaches about keeping the pace of play going. You see the challenge rule. The first one is burned here by David Rare, who got the mini timeout out of it. So he's left with 1 challenge. If we go to a 5th set, Houston will be awarded another challenge. Using the Hawkeye system here, so a higher frame rate. You should be able to see things a little more sharply than in the past. That's tight at the net and into the net. Point Texas. Here's Halter, the team leader in aces with 8 entering play here today. She's added a couple tonight. Swindle. Skinner from the back row again.
Too hard to handle. Maddie Skinner just comes flying out of the back row. Realize when you see her land up at the net, you might think she's a front row attacker. She's coming out of the back row, which means she's jumping from behind the 3-meter line when she attacks that ball.
Float serve from Halter. Long distance set, and that one is off the mark. Not touched. Point Texas.
Right idea by Shamidas there as she turns that one down the line. Barely wide.
Halter on another service run here. 3 straight points rattled off by the Longhorns. Setter looks for the kill. Rockison denied, but Swindle, the setter on the other side, would not be denied. She gets the point.
Ella Swindle with a little smile there. She slyly goes over on 2 thanks to her teammate who easily picks up the dump over from the Houston setter and places it on top of the net where 6'3" Ella Swindle puts it to the floor. Good disguise.
Texas on a 5-0 run. Timeout called by Houston here in the 3rd. The country on the court here going head-to-head tonight in the libero spot.
And it's easy to take a look at the numbers and say, oh, 7 and 11 digs respectively for these 2. However, the numbers don't always tell the story when it comes to elite libero play like you get from Georgiadis and Halter, because teams will actually design their offense to hit away from these 2, try to eliminate their contacts, keep them out of the system because they are so good at controlling that ball. They consistently put their team in great offensive situation.
Halter gave it an effort, couldn't get to that ball, so a point for Houston out of the timeout. That ends the 5-0 Texas run. And now the Cougars will try to push back. Angie Grieve to serve for Houston. Halter to Winnes. Back row attack from Grieve.
We've seen Grieve out of the back row, Barron for Houston as well, and then a good bit of Maddie Skinner and some Winnis. All 4 pins playing in 6 rotations. So much on their plate, and yet all of them have been successful with the back row attack.
6 kills for Grieve. Another back row attack from Maddie Skinner, but that is off the mark, and Houston rattling off 3 quick points to tie it at 9.
Only 2 attackers in the front row here for Texas. We'll see where they go.
Swindle goes to the middle on the slide, and it's a point for the Longhorns. Aiden Ames gets her 5th kill.
I like it. Trusting her freshman, Aiden Ames, and trusting her behind off 1 foot with the blind look. Really great choice there in serve receive.
Ames, career best so far, 7 kills in the 5-setter against Minnesota. Could see Swindle with the 34 assists as she has been on the court throughout here tonight. Swindle, Alter got a piece of it, but couldn't keep it up, and Houston gets the point. We're tied again.
Shemidas again, the right front attacker there. And because of the youth of the middles for Houston, it's really important that they're still in this 6-2 system. They don't have to overload their middles and expect too much of them offensively. It allows them to hopefully spread the defense a little thinner with that ability to set the right pin and the left pin in every rotation.
Torres Rivera will come on to serve for Houston. Serves it at Skinner. Rutherford. Swindle back for Rutherford, had to go to her offhand. Pushed back by Houston. And Winnis out of play. And the Cougars are back in front here in the 3rd.
That would have been Reagan Rutherford's first error. She hit into the block there, but her setter, Ella Swindle, was able to scoop it up off the block and save it. And she saves Reagan Rutherford's perfect night.
Texas out of sync at the moment. Can Houston take advantage? That's going to be long, out of play wide actually. So back-to-back points for Houston, on top by a score of 12-10, and a timeout being called by Texas. And it is quiet here in Gregory Gym at the moment.
This is a 3-attacker rotation for Texas, but the attackers are all stacked in left front. You don't have Reagan Rutherford hanging out at the right pin. So it's a little more difficult to run the offense here and get the swing you're looking for in this particular serve-receive rotation.
So during the timeout, I remind you, SEC on ABC, football tripleheader on Saturday, 16th ranked LSU taking on South Carolina. That's at noon Eastern. Texas A&M meets Florida in Gainesville. 7:30, it's number 1 Georgia and Kentucky. Find live sports with Where to Watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports. Here's your ultimate viewing guide for what's ahead when it comes to volleyball, taking you into the month of October. Just a sampling of some of the big matches on the schedule. Texas and Stanford coming up on Sunday. Nebraska and Louisville on ABC. First ever regular season match on ABC. You see a lot of Stanford on there, some Texas as well. Again, teams playing some challenging schedules, but that Texas, Kentucky, that Texas, Florida, that Stanford, Pitt, those are all conference matchups.
I was going to say,
they're not non-conference anymore. I got to get rid of it.
It's mind-blowing to see Stanford Pitt on the screen and realize that's during conference season, by the way.
Here's what's happening tonight. Georgia Tech with a sweep over Florida. Georgia Tech hit 367 for the match. Pitt number 1 for the first time in program history. Their previous best was number 2 back in 2021. They're on a California trip right now, starting against 23rd ranked USC, with Pepperdine and Santa Barbara still ahead on the schedule. At top 5 right now, Stanford is 5-0, wins over Wisconsin and Minnesota and Marquette. And we mentioned they host Texas on Sunday. And we remember last year, Texas ended Stanford's season at Maples. Out of the Texas timeout, another point for Houston. They're up by 3, 7-1 run for the Cougs.
And guess who? Alana Torres Rivera at the service line They're deep in the second set. She made a nice push from the service line.
Swindle goes to the freshman again. Aiden Ames ends the run.
When the pass is there, set the middle, good things happen when offense is coming out of the middle of the court. That's not even a swing from Aiden Ames, and it still goes for a kill because of the speed of the offense. The defense often doesn't have time to get set up. It's a one-blocker opportunity, and with her length, Ames is able to get on top of that ball.
Wennis with the float ace. Back-to-back points for the Longhorns within one. 6 aces now for Texas.
By the way, Wennis with a cool 381 hitting efficiency. She's been very much in control of her game.
That one is deflected off of Swindle and then off of Wennis, and a point for Houston.
The challenge here for Annie Cook with Emma Halter in the middle of the court for Texas is just to serve away from her. You want anyone but Emma Halter to pass this ball. So trying to go away from the libero, I would guess.
Halter
And
goes
she still
after
eats
it.
up.
Skinner drops it in for the point.
That's what a good libero does. Passes about 70% of the court. Only the best can do it. Emma Halter is one of them.
Skinner with 13 kills, hitting .346. Rutherford, 11 kills, .588. And Wennis in double digits with 10 kills. Relabini will come on to serve, the freshman from Hawaii. Cook blocked. Skinner at the net with Singletary for Texas.
Again, the left sides for Texas showing you their maturity, their athleticism, and how well they defend. Nice turn back in, a strong left hand by Maddie Skinner.
Cook looks for the point. Swindle was ready for it. Skinner off hands, tied at 14 here in the third. Wennis will set it for Rutherford. Barron off the net, put down by Singletary.
Make it 10 blocks now on the match for Texas, only 5 for Houston. So the Longhorns have been able to double them up. Singletary with that length, and you see her strength above her head there.
Texas was outblocked by Miami 11-7. It was something we talked about early. When you think about what Texas is replacing, they've been dynamite from the service line. They get their 7th ace of the match, and they're up by 2.
And I think the catch-22 for Houston is that they're so good attacking from the right side, but the left side block for Texas is just as good at defending.
Relabini comes on and sparks this 6-1 run, forcing a Houston timeout. 7 aces for the Longhorns. Well, you mentioned they're a +5 in team blocking here tonight. That's been a big part of it as well. Those blocks, leaders from a season ago, Asia O'Neal, Bella Birdmark, Molly Phillips, that's 1, 2, 3, no longer with the program. Number 4 last year in blocks per set was Ella Swindle.
Yeah.
And she wasn't really playing until tonight in an extended role for Texas.
And with 2 experienced setters, after Texas picked up Avery Carlson from Baylor in the transfer portal, I think everyone wondered, would Texas go to a 6-2, which would make them even bigger at the net and able to defend? We have not seen that yet, but with Ella Swindle in the game, you don't lose a lot across the front row, nearly a block per set last year.
Jared Elliott admitted to us leading up to this match, the middle position and that block, that's going to be, did it feel like to you like that's going to be the work in progress for this Texas team this year? A long season, you got plenty of time to work on it, but that's the area where you're probably going to see the most improvement from first week of September to what they hope is the middle of December.
And Houston would raise their hand and say us too, because we have 4 middle blockers in this match tonight who were not starters a season ago. And with that comes the inexperience at the blocking game, the decision making, the reaction time. As Coach talked to us about trying to get to the outside the blocks, the ball is there in sub 1. And it takes many young middle blockers much longer than that to read and react to what they're seeing.
Good job from the middle for Houston. Ramon gets it, and that ends the service run for Binney.
And I have no doubt that Ramon will improve as the season goes on as a blocker, but I think the highlight of her game is always going to be her offense. Really like watching her swing down the middle.
Barron with the serve. And the block. We just talked about the block. A work in progress from Texas, but it was working right there for Singletary.
And Coach Elliott told us specifically that out of system, which this ball that you're going to see here definitely qualifies as out of system, a bump set coming from the back row, their middle blockers were leaving too much space. And so to work on something this week, to put it into play here today and already see positive results is a big step forward for the Longhorns.
Akana. Cook sets it back for Corelli. Halter bumps it for Skinner. Dug out by Georgiadis. Skinner tries again. Corelli took advantage, saw an opening, and got the point.
Great decision by Corelli to go over quickly. That Texas defense was still scrambling, and she just sends it deep.
Here is the grad student from College Station with the serve. Swindle gets the kill. That's her third of the match to go along with 35 assists.
And that's just one more piece of the puzzle for the Texas Longhorns, that any ball that is passed tight, Ella Swindle has that ability to turn on it with her length. And realize Houston may not have been expecting her to be setting tonight when they showed up.
If you're Houston, you prepare for everyone on the roster, but Avery Carlson has been the primary setter through the first 4 matches for Texas. When you see Swindle out there, how does that change your game plan if you're Houston?
Your middle blockers have to be much more vocal in being aware of where she is on the court, front row or back row. And then I think for the left side attackers, whether it's Grieve or Barron, you have a much bigger block in front of you than maybe you had expected that you could maybe swing down the line, take advantage of a small block. That's not there.
That's off the block. The point for Angie Grieve. Grieve with her 7th kill. Service error for Houston. That's their first of the match.
Coach Elliott told us in that loss to Miami, he just didn't feel like they competed at the end. You know, that they fought as hard as they could have, that they had the fire that they needed. So here we are at the end of this set 3. Is Texas are they gonna be feisty here?
That's gonna be a point for Texas. Against Miami here Saturday, they had match point in the third, 24-23, but then it unraveled for their attack errors for Texas. They had 15 in the first 3 sets, but 16 in the final 2 sets, including 5 in the 5th. They're up by 2 here in the third against Houston. Swindle looks for another one. That's going to be out, and it's a point for Texas. Up by 3, and the crowd back into it here at Gregory.
Yeah, Texas hit point 20, and this crowd came to life.
Yes.
They understand the importance of the push. Here at the end of a set, it becomes a race to 5, and this crowd is on their feet.
Grieve had to reset. The freshman, Aiden Ames, leading the charge at the net for the Longhorns.
Some youth on the floor for Texas there, freshman alongside sophomore.
Halter. That time, Texas unable to get the block. They have a season high in blocks tonight, but that time, the point goes to Houston.
And as Ames made the move to her right, she drifted off the net a little, and it allowed the attacker just room to sneak it inside. Nice recycle by Winnes.
Skinner from the back row. Another dig by Georgiadis. Barron winds up. Akana kept it alive. Swindle looks to Winnes.
Jenna Winnes now has 11 kills, but even better, hitting over 350 from the left pin. Really strong performance by Jenna Winnes.
Blocked out of play. Houston gets the point to pull within 3. Torres Rivera will come on to serve for the Cougs. Houston needs her to stay on the line for a while here. Swindle, back for Winnes. Into the net. Match point, Texas. Winnes has it. Halter, Skinner for the match. Georgiadis says not yet. Set back for Rutherford with the right hand. It drops in, and it's a win for Texas here in Austin.
A very fitting ending to the sort of night we saw from Reagan Rutherford. Make it 12 kills. She had only one error on the night with 19 attempts, a .579 hitting efficiency. What a great response from her Miami match.
For the team, an impressive performance offensively. They hit .370 with Ella Swindle directing the show. 37 assists, 3 kills and 8 digs, and by the way, a couple of blocks as well. The Longhorns get their second sweep of the season. They improve to 3-2, and Houston falls to 3-2 on the season. All smiles for Texas here tonight as they win in Austin. We'll take a quick break, talk to the winners when we come back to Gregory.
College volleyball is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Two-time defending national champions get a sweep here on their home floor. They beat Houston 25-20 in the third set. For the match, Texas hits .370, and a big reason why they hit such a high number is because of our guest right now, Reagan Rutherford. Reagan, you hit a cool .579.
Nice. Yeah, I was locked in during the match, so I just never know what's going on, but it's good to hear that the number was that high.
Why is that high? Why is it that high tonight? What made the difference for you tonight in the attack for Texas?
I think in practice we just really focused on being true to ourselves and just playing loose and freely, and that's exactly what I did tonight. And, just like playing high is something that I really wanted to thrive on tonight, and that's something that I did. And we just trusted in each other, and it was a lot of my teammates in their support and them just hyping me up, which was why I could do that.
Reagan, Texas, like a lot of teams across the country, have dropped some early matches. But I just happened to take a peek at what's coming up for you guys, and you happen to be headed to Stanford.
Yeah.
Is this an opportunity for you guys to make a statement?
It definitely is. We dropped to Miami, and we're very disappointed about that, but we're learning from it. And it's something that we can remember and a feeling that we'll remember. And so I feel like we're just playing with a chip on our shoulder now, and we're definitely excited to head down to Palo Alto and play Stanford.
And by the way, ambidextrous. I saw you with that right hand a few times today.
A
you know,
few,
oh,
yeah.
you just got that bag of tricks.
Fun fact, I actually write with my right hand, so I am ambidextrous.
There, I knew. See, that's part of my research, Reagan.
Yeah.
So.
That's impressive, Reagan. Wow.
And an impressive performance tonight. Righty, lefty anyway. Congratulations, Reagan.
Thank
on
you
the win
so
tonight.
much.
Reagan Rutherford, that big lefty arm. She'll be writing autographs with that right hand after the win here today for Texas. The Longhorns win it in 3. And as Missy mentioned, it's on to Stanford on Sunday. See that on ESPN. It's a rematch of the regional final at Maples Pavilion from last season. For Missy Whittemore and our entire crew, I'm Eric Freed. Thank you for being with us. It's a win in Austin for the national champs. Texas wins in 3.